Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Monday Night Q&A.
Raven, I was finishing a sentence and Raven started the stream. And I was like, and then also you have to.
Right. I tried to say something like 5 times. You guys are like,
I was doing this.
We got Coin Crew on the side of me over here. Don't get that confused with the other word. Seeker down below. Rob right next to him. Guys, what you got to say? We'll start it off with Rob finds treasure. What's new?
Nothing's new. Just having fun with you, Raven. How's it going, brother? I caught your stream the other night, and I must say, I don't know if you're probably going to talk more about your special announcements and stuff, but that was very cool. And I was going to comment during it, but everyone was telling you congrats on your new endeavor, and congrats to you and the wife. Well deserved.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. That's really kind of you. What's up, Seeker?
Well, I was just going to ask, can we have Mustang Dave already. Can we start calling you Mustang Raven?
We got Mustang, Norman, OKC.
Gonna start throwing up your own coin show signs?
Pretty much. I'll be
like, what's up?
Coin show?
That's about as hard as it gets. It's about as hard as it gets. You're on the streets, you throw up those coin show signs, they leave you alone.
I'll be like,
they'll leave you alone.
Us. And we got Coin Crew Keith in the nest. What's up, Keith?
What's up, guys? As always, humbled to be here, and congratulations to you, Raven.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I was giving them some grief earlier. I was like, I texted these guys and nobody said nothing.
Oh yeah, the other night when you said that, I meant to respond, but by the time I got aware of it, it was like midnight, and I know you have little ones, and I don't want to bug you.
I appreciate it. I'm just teasing you guys.
I should have texted you in the middle of the night and said, dude.
We used to do that, and Raven used to be like, guys, it's 2 a.m. What are you doing? And we're like, Seeker and I would be doing videos or something, and we'd be bugging Raven.
Dude, there's been so many times I've called Rob during, while he's recording a video. So many times.
Like, camera down, getting ready to record, bring, and I'm looking at Seeker, and I'm like, okay, what's going on?
That's why I'm glad I don't record on my phone, because when I'm recording, I just mute my phone. My wife gets mad at it, but, the video gets done, so.
There you go. Hey, guys, what are you thinking about? Gold still hovering around 17 to 18, give or take. Silver's at 18 to 19. What are your thoughts?
Oh, my thoughts?
Yeah, we can start with you.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just buying. I'm putting stuff. I think my dad used to always tell me if silver's under $20, back the truck up. So I'm doing that.
You backing up the gold-plated Lambo?
The gold-plated Lambo, yes. Yeah. Vroom, vroom.
Nice.
Haven't heard that sound in a while, but
Yeah, yours more sounds like the Jetsons. I got a guy that I know that has a Tesla. When he drives away, it's all beep, 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 beep.
Oh, it doesn't sound like anything going forward. When it's in reverse, it sounds like a spaceship because there has to be a backup sound.
It sounds funny when I guess you don't hear it from being inside the cockpit or whatever, but we do. Samuel Castro says, "Hey, vatos locos! I've been in some of your auctions and like your views. Are you vatos locos or tres puntos?
Tres puntos.
That's a great movie. If you guys haven't seen that movie, Blood In, Blood Out is a great movie. Great story.
I might be white on the outside, but I'm brown in here.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie, actually.
What, Seeker?
I really haven't seen it.
You know what?
Seeker's pack.
He knew one of the references that a while back and added to something that we were talking about. So he saw a clip and just got lucky.
Yeah.
Huh.
Frank Mon says, I'm thinking Morgans are the big winners in the last 2 years. Definitely.
That is not wrong.
That is
I think they are.
Yeah, they're up there. On top of that, Libertads, man. Libertads have gone through the roof. I remember, getting them at spot or just 50 cents to $1 above spot all the time because the respect wasn't being given to Mexican silver. And nowadays, man, I saw on JM Bullion, they announced the 2022s and they were wanting 50 something a pop for brand new ones. But Atmex had them for like 36 or 37. But here's the thing. When Libertads are going neck and neck with Silver Eagles, that's shocking. You know.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, if I don't like paying that kind of premium for what I consider to be stacking silver, which is what I consider Silver Eagles to be. But if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably pick Libertads there. Just because I think they'll hold the premium better. The mintage is so much lower.
Yeah.
Libertads are gorgeous.
Well, they are gorgeous, but I'm not talking about design. I mean, I love the American Eagle, but I just think the Libertads will hold their premium. I think will hold better because the mintage is so much lower. But I do agree that they are beautiful, 100%.
So Filet says, Ravenhawk, I picked up some Silver Eagles last week at 27, and this weekend they were at 31. Did I get a good deal at 27? I think so.
Dude, that's plus 8
great.
even now. That's fantastic. Keith won't sell them to you for that.
No,
I wish I could buy them for the 27.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I think the wholesale is like 31, 32, something like that. Like $13.
Wholesale. So right now, wholesale in 2022s from Upstate is $12.70 over spot.
Yeah,
which would put them at which would put them at 31, 32.
Change.
Right.
wow.
Yeah, $13 over.
Yeah.
So I say, Seeker, I had a question on one of my videos and I answered it, but I just kind of want to get your guys' take. If you're just like sometimes you'll see at a coin shop or at a silver dealer, sometimes you'll see that they'll have a coal bin of Morgans and peace dollars, but they'll have heavily circulated ASEs.
Mm-hmm.
Are those something that you would stack, or does it have to be beautiful?
Well, in my opinion, if it's the same price as rounds, then I don't see why not, because all rounds are as generic silver anyway.
Right. So let's say it's $2 or $3 over spot and they're selling them at 22, but they're heavily circulated ASEs. And some of them aren't as heavily circulated, but would it be a bad idea to pick those up at $22, $23 if you can find them for that? I mean,
as long as that's, I would pick up whatever's cheapest between rounds and those, but I wouldn't have a problem buying them for just generic silver price.
Yeah.
That if you can get it for that rocks. Michelle Ibarola with a $2 super chat says, "Hi, Coin family. Good night, Coin family."
Hi, Michelle. I see Sammy Farr in the chat. I haven't seen Sammy Farr in a couple of weeks.
Sammy knows her stuff. Matter of fact, I got to walk around with her at the Grove show, and it was funny. I pulled out this train 1950 5 pesos, and she's like, "I was at that booth." You know, so
right.
her and I looked for the same kind of stuff. Sea Griller Stacker says, "I love Libertads as much as the next guy, but I think the ASEs will hold premiums more just based on the fact it's USA." So
the reason that I felt like the Libertads would hold a better premium wasn't because USA or Mexico. It was just based on mintage numbers. So
the mintage numbers are a big factor.
Right. So, I mean, there's probably more people that will continue to like the ASCs, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, keep in mind, I'm just straight out speculating. I could be 1,000%.
Well, they're also
wrong.
highly recognizable anywhere in the U.S. as well, the ASCs, more than the Libertads.
Right. Yeah.
Sergeant T says, "So guys, with the U.S. Mint in 2023 going to mint the Morgan and Peace proofs and reverse proof coins, are you buying?"
The only reason I would buy those, and this is just my opinion, this isn't the opinion of the other three on this panel. The only reason I would buy those is to flip them. I am very unhappy with the U.S. Mint. I thought that was going to be a one and done, special year, and now they're just finding ways to milk the program, and so for that reason, I'm out. I just sounded like I was on freaking Shark Tank there.
Yeah, you did. And for that reason, I'm out.
Okay, Shark.
You know what, though, Seeker? I'm a collector by nature, and I understand the flipping aspect, but I would have to keep a set for myself. I'd have to keep a set, so I would be buying.
And I always have. That's just it. But I really got upset with the Mint over that one.
And to add to Seeker's problem with the Mint is also I don't like the way that they've screwed over long-term collectors. With this really goofy buying system where you can't get what's in your cart and they're calling you a robot over and over again. I mean, that was just ridiculous. But I do want the one of each kind of thing just to have it as a set.
Yep.
But past that, no, even though, the first set that they put out, man, that you can't touch a Carson City one for like less than 180, 200 plus bucks. for a coin that came out for 85. That's nuts, you know.
Let me be fair. That doesn't mean that when they finally put a release date out, I just won't do it anyway, because I have the rest of the set. Like, my set is still sitting there, you know, and it would feel incomplete once they come out and then I don't have them, and then I'd have to buy them on the secondary market. So I don't know. It's very possible, but I'm salty currently. So, you know, salt, if you add enough water to salt and it dilutes, maybe I'll get unsalty eventually. But
I just don't think those special releases, Seeker. I just don't think those special releases, they're always going to have a premium and always go up in value. I mean, think about what that first year Morgan and Peace Dollar set's going to go for in another 50 years from now if you gave it to your grandkids. I mean, talk about giving something collectible from our time to our grandkids or kids or whoever. I just feel like it's a win-win for everyone, even at the current mint prices.
It's not, it has nothing to do with the price. It's just, it feels to me like they're milking the program. Like, when this was announced, it was going to be this one thing, you know, to celebrate the 100th anniversary. What does a 102nd anniversary have to do with anything? Now now it's just a new reason to get people to spend money.
It's a money grab.
Right.
You know, Frank Mons says Cole Morgans have a bigger following over damaged ASEs. I can see that.
Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate. I mean, damaged ASEs are ugly. You can get a Cole Morgan. It's still a nice looking coin.
That's true.
And there's a lot. And matter of fact, at the coin shows, I always go to the Cole Morgan bins because sometimes they seed it with just some really nice, detailed, clean coins. That way you'll go through their bins. And I like to cherry pick them, and they don't have any problems with you cherry picking through them. So
right.
So Sammy Blankenship says, what is everyone's favorite / best purchase this past week only?
I got my 1 ounce silver Bugs Bunny. Yeah. But I love Looney Tunes.
I got a uncirculated war nickel set in an old Capital Plastics.
I was just gonna say I have one of those in a blue Capital Plastics. Same exact Capital Plastics holder, but blue.
And they're all uncirculated?
Yes.
All uncirculated, and some of them, like about 6 of them that I saw right off the bat, have full steps. I looked at them last night, and that has some nice rainbow toners in there as well.
You didn't pick up 2 of them, did you?
No, he only had 1. But you know what, Rob? If I get my hands on one, I will definitely.
I have of the 11 war nickels, I have 7 that are unk in my collection. I still need 4 other ones. I mean, they're probably AU and they're nice, but I don't have unk ones. So I'd be willing to buy a whole set with a little finder's fee for you as well.
Okay. I'll do that. Keith, your favorite purchase of the week?
I was just typing it in the chat. My favorite this week is 2014 original rows of Britannias.
Oh, man.
I bought 3 of them. I pieced one out as buy now on Sunday. And I offered 2 of them up for sale at $29 a coin. I decided to keep one of them for myself because it's hard to find original rows of those.
You want to hear a really good story?
No.
Okay. Well, it's about Brits.
We're kidding.
I know. It's about Brits. So Glenn Sonnenberg, the guy who sent me the full Peace Dollar set to send off, he posted in Discord this week, or maybe it was the end of last week. He's actually sending me one. Anyway, he went to a pawn shop and they had a roll of Brits for like $23 a coin. So he picked it up. He's like, man, it's a really good deal. He got him home, and they're the Year of the Pig privies, which is the rare one. He's already sold 3 of them on Facebook for $200 each.
What was it now?
It was the Britannia Year of the Pig privy.
Oh wow!
Right. Apparently, I didn't even know this, but apparently, I have a roll of Year of the Horses, but I don't have any pigs. But apparently,
regulars.
Yeah. But anyway, he got them for $4 over spot, and then turns out they're Year of the Pig privies, and they're like $200 a piece is what they're going for. I was like, wow.
Now that you come to think about it, when I bought these rows, I did not look at the edge because they put the privies on the edge.
Yes.
So I don't know if they're privies or not. So if somebody gets them in their privies, let me know.
I'll laugh if they're pigs. That'd be fine.
Well, they're 2014. They're not pigs.
Oh, I
don't remember what lunar year that was.
Right.
We didn't let Rob say what he got in this last week.
You know, I don't have anything special like you guys. I my favorite purchase in the last week was I got 5 rolls of uncirculated Benjis different years and mints, and I was able to upgrade 6 in my collection, so I was happy with that. I mean, it was still a pretty big buy, but it was a fun buy, and I got to go through it with gloves on and upgrade my collection. So
That's a good buy.
yeah,
it is.
It was a fun buy. It was a fun buy, to be honest.
And then I think Keith didn't get a chance either yet. Keith, what did you get? Oh wait, you said the Libertads. Never mind.
Deja vu, buddy.
I got a short memory tonight.
How old are you?
Here was the other fun buy.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Ooh.
We all say ooh.
Dude, I love.
I spent a little too much on these ones, but so I have to. Keith got me thinking about I need more gold.
I love pre 33
this week, and it wasn't my most exciting buy. I bought 2 MS-70 Buffaloes, but to me the Brits were more exciting. You said the most exciting, but yeah, I love that coin you got, Rob.
That's pretty.
Yeah, I just been trying to pick up some nice certified old gold. So you know what I mean?
Yep.
What's bad is I can't tell you it's my birthday because it already passed.
Dang it.
You know, like right before my birthday, I was going, someone show something real sweet. I'd be like, you know, my birthday's coming up, right?
Yeah.
That's a nice coin. I love it.
I wanted to bid on that Cinco de Mayo coin Raven had on his stream last night, but everyone was fighting over it. And it was because that's my birthday. But I was like, you know what? Nah, we'll let everyone else have it.
That's the first time I've ever found one of those.
First time I've ever heard of that coin with that date. But
and not only that, when you go find them graded and then they're in decent condition, it's like a $300 coin.
Yeah.
I must have left before you put that one up.
He put it up, and I was watching it, and then I saw a couple of his regulars fighting on it, and I was like, you know what? They're probably going to beat me anyway, so I'll end up just driving it up, so I just didn't bid.
So,
although I wanted it.
Yeah, I hear you. If I find more, I'll let you know. That's the first one I've ever seen. So Darren Stokes says, I recently picked up a roll of BU proof-like Franklins. Would I send them in for grading or just stack them? Honestly, unless they're the one of the only 2 key dates in there, I would just stack them, you know, and unless you think you're going to get like a super, super high grade just because, you know, Franklins are kind of common. But, you know, Rob might have a different opinion on this. What do you think, Rob?
Well, there's a few San Francisco minted not key date Franklins that if they have full bell lines, they sell for a ton, like the 51S, 41S, 49S. So I would, if I had rolls of BU proof-like Benjis, the first thing I'd do is separate the ones that are definitely the best looking proof-likes. I'd also take a look at the bell lines on the back. And then based on those 2 factors, if they're not a key date, think about whether it's worth submission. But if they are like a 55 full bell line proof-like, I'm probably submitting a couple of them.
Yep. Makes sense. What were you going to say, Keith?
Oh, I was going to talk about, and then he mentioned the word proof like. I thought you guys were missing the point. Proof like. I mean, if they can, I don't know if any of the grading companies designate them proof like, but I've not seen any.
No, I haven't seen
they
it.
They designate them proof like if you can figure out how to get it.
That's what I was saying, Keith. Line them all up. And if you think these 10 are proof like, I would be, if I wanted to test the waters, I'd take the best of those, and it'd have to have full bell lines for me to submit it anyway. That way, at least I get the FBL if I don't get the proof. So at least it covers my grading cost.
Yeah.
But I agree. I don't. Is there any regular struck proof like Benjis designated?
I haven't seen
I've
any.
never seen one.
There is. That was a good point Keith made. I don't think they're actually. I can't think of ever seeing one.
I've never seen one.
Yeah. I haven't either. Let's see here. JD Sharp, speaking of the mint, I have had to send back 8 Eagles, 4 S proofs the other day. Quality control is bad. 2 proofs look like they had mini bear claw marks on the coins.
Oh.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And I've heard that a couple times recently. What's up, Seeker?
I was trying to think when I hate to go back to what we just moved on from, but it just clicked in my head. The only thing I've ever seen in a slab Benji that looked like it may have been proof-like didn't even say PL on the slab. It had a star next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Right. Okay. All right. Anyway, continue on.
Let's see here. Thoughts on the demand for silver going up based on states moving to 100% EV new car sales starting in 2035 in states like California, etc. That's some pretty hard speculation from something that's still a ways away.
Yeah.
Well,
That's.
I've got some thoughts on that.
Go ahead.
I've
Well,
read
it's
some-
Raven's show. Let Raven tell you to go ahead.
Well, yeah, go ahead, Raven. Tell me go ahead or not.
No, go, man.
Yeah.
I've got some thoughts, and I've been reading articles on the mining and stuff, and they say the silver is going to be more expensive and harder to get out of the ground by the year 2035. And I did make a video quite a few months ago where I was talking about the rise in 79. You had a peak, and then it ended up going up the second time in 79. It did the same thing in 8 and 10 where you had the small peak, and then in 10, 11, you had the peak. And my question is, I think we're at close to the low point in silver. Now, how high we're going to go from here, or are we going to go down a little more, is hard to say. But I do think by 2035, we're going to see some extremely high prices compared to today. That's my thoughts.
Okay. Fair enough.
MC Silverwolf, what are your thoughts on yard sale silver finds, jewelry, and miscellaneous if it's real and cheap? Yeah. I mean, if it's real and it's cheap, that's a no-brainer. And sometimes you can do very, very, very well at a yard sale or an estate sale.
It's been a while since I've done yard selling because I've just been so busy with the channel. But a year or two ago, my plan was to incorporate going to yard sales once a week and hunting with the GoPro and whatnot. And I so little time and never got around to it. But I used to do it, and you can find some awesome. You can find some awesome stuff at yard sales for sure. Gold also, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I know of one specific guy who found a 14-karat gold nugget ring with a 2.5 gold Indian in it at a yard sale for like $1.
I have people all the time from yard sales.
Right.
I answered that in the chat, Raven.
Cool.
And really quick, my thought on the jewelry as well is I don't know if I'd stack it, but if I can go to yard sales and get jewelry that's real and cheap, I would probably take it to one of those we buy gold dealers and see what I can get if I can get a fair markup for it. Because if I bought it cheap, I probably can still sell it for a profit. And if I could, then I'd stack something more fun to stack.
Well, don't take it to a we buy gold dealer because they usually don't offer anything. Just take it to a coin shop. Most coin shops pay stronger.
Yeah.
Gold dealer.
Well, it depends on the people. Some of them have a connection with the refinery, and if they sell it in bulk, they can get a good deal on it too.
Right. But I'm just saying, I've noticed a lot of the shops that pop up specifically with, what we do is we buy gold and they don't do anything else. They have to cover all the overhead with buying that gold, whereas where a coin shop doesn't need to cover the overhead with buying gold because he's a coin shop. He's already covering overhead with coins.
Fair enough.
That is very true.
So Filet Richard says, there's a letter from the U.S. Mint stating that they have significantly increased production of American Eagles. Does this mean premiums will go down? It's a matter of economics and supply and demand. Yes, theoretically, it should go down if they're, just minting massive amounts of them. But if they're minting massive amounts and people are still buying them faster than they can produce them, that's going to keep the premiums up for a while. But I would hope that they would go down, a little bit at least. What do you think, Rob?
Nope, you said it exactly. I was shaking my head the whole time because, that's theoretically, if you know anything about economics, that's exactly supply and demand should offset that. But if the supply and demand is, even though they're producing more, it's still up. They're probably producing more because of demand. And just because they produce twice as many, it's not like they're producing billions. So there's still probably a high demand for a smaller supply.
Yep.
Therefore, premiums probably won't go down.
Yep. Keith or Seeker, anything to add?
I mean, between you and Rob, you basically said it all. But I mean, the thing is this market's so goofy right now. Who really knows? An increased production may just be a way for them to increase premiums even more. I'm not saying that's normally not how it goes, but as goofy as the market is, that may just be how it works now.
The premiums are high, not only just because more people are buying more, it's more people are making more money. And that's a cost that has to be interjected through the logistics and the manufacturing both.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're there's a ton of costs that are sky high. Labor costs are sky high.
Yeah, and
fuel
that's going to
costs.
reflect on the premiums. I don't think
Right.
a lot of people talk about supply and demand. It's not just supply and demand that's driving the premium. It's that guy working at McDonald's making $15 to $20 an hour for flipping a burger.
Well, it's not only that, but I mean, look at the
That's a lot of
places.
money for that type of job.
Look at the shops and retailers and the mines that they have to pay so much more just to get it to it. And then you go to the refineries that have to pay the employees more. They have to pay more to get it trucked in. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
It was so long since I went to the store. Someone said on the stream yesterday about we was talking about Chunkies candy bars. So I went and bought the wife a Chunky candy bar. I didn't realize them things cost like $1.25.
Oh yeah, that's a
like
good deal.
It's not like the old days. You take 50 cents to the liquor store and get a comic book and a pack of gum. And it's not
I haven't bought a candy bar since they were 50 cents.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a single candy bar. I bought the little packs now. But
Dude,
so
go ahead.
B-Roos says, I just picked up my first piece of gold while I was in Reno, Nevada. Gotta love no sales tax on bullion since I live in California. So B-Roos, in California, in the state of California, if you buy more than $1,500 in one shot, you don't pay any tax. They get you on the lower purchases. So if you're able to save up a little bit before you buy gold and silver, commodities, buy them in that larger amount and they will not hit you with the sales tax.
I did know that, Raven. I got a question about it though. Tell me how that's not a tax on the poor.
It is.
Right.
That's exactly what it is. That is geared towards the rich staying rich and the poor paying for more than they should.
That's exactly why I said why.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not the only state. Florida does something like that too.
Yeah. There's a couple states that once it hits a certain threshold, now it might have gone up a couple $100 since the last couple of years. However, traditionally it was a $1,500 purchase in California, no tax. So you'd see guys go to the coin shows and they would be buying something and the guy goes, well, hey man, you're at $1,325. I got to tax you. And sure enough, they pulled out another $200, to not have to pay. Cause think about that. You're paying 8.5-9% tax on $1,300, zero tax at 15.
Yeah. So you got the last $200 at half price, technically.
Yeah.
You bought another item that's $200 for $100 because you didn't pay the tax.
Exactly.
I'm fortunate to live in a state like Nevada. We don't have any sales tax at all on gold, silver, numismatic coins, none of it in Missouri.
Not even paper money in Michigan either.
Well, Missouri taxes paper money, but they don't tax gold, silver, and numismatic coins.
Bites. Sorry.
That's all right. I don't buy a whole lot of paper money.
Yeah, I mean, guys, definitely go to a state and buy your stuff where you're not going to get charged.
I know you wanted it bad, Rich. I saw you, and I wasn't going to bid against you.
It's like 6% here in Michigan. I don't know what sales tax is down there, but that adds on to your stacking a lot for your cost. So, yeah, do your best to buy it where you don't get taxed.
It's a huge difference. I mean, just like Rob said, the simple math tells you I'm going to pay $200 to get that much more back. Sure. All day long,
May as well just advertise, buy $1,300 worth of gold and silver, get $200 free.
Yeah. Hey guys, one thing we didn't talk about tonight is a big congratulations to Miss Coin Crew for hitting 1K.
She did that on your stream last night.
Wow.
You helped push her over the top. Thank you. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, no problem.
I knew she had a channel for commenting. I didn't know is she going to do content?
She's been doing content.
Man, I hadn't even know. I'm sorry. I just don't pay attention to the spouses like I should. I thought she was just commenting. I didn't know she had a channel. I'll go subscribe.
I watched Charlani TV a lot.
Well, Shawnee says she has videos. I didn't know Miss Coin Crew had videos. I feel guilty.
She does metal detecting. We actually have pushed some of the unboxings onto her channel to help her get some hours.
All right.
Push some of them over there. She's a few.
Hey, if you guys aren't subscribed to Charlani, you're doing a disservice because that woman really knows how to organize. She keeps one of the most immaculately clean houses I've ever seen in my life. And she's got a great system. And so Clint Third Coast is saying, what is y'all's take on how much toning affects the price of graded Morgans? Well, Clint, to give you an idea, I was looking the other day and just double checking some Morgans that I had. And you'll see, let's say the run-of-the-mill MS63 and 1880, whatever, right, goes for $120 at MS64. Well, that same year Morgan with a super insane rainbow toned, toning, they were asking $2,000 for it. So in some instances, it skyrockets the price, but it's got to have that really pretty toning. There's some ugly toning out there too. Seeker, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, there's I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe I just overlooked it last time I was at a show. But there's a guy at a coin show who sells almost exclusively toned Morgans, and they have an astronomical premium on them.
Oh, I've seen him.
You know who I'm talking about?
He was at Grove.
And the ASCs. There's a guy who does it on the ASCs that wants like $500 per ASC with monster toning.
That guy that sells the silver dollars, he puts them on the easels, and he'll have a whole, tabletop showcase.
And they're all slabbed.
They're all slabbed. And there's, a tabletop showcase holds like 9 by 11 or 8 by 11 slabs. And there's like less than 20 or 30 in the thing, and they're just all way up there in price.
Yeah,
beautiful.
That guy was at Grove, and I was looking at, he had quarters that the toning is something just you're looking at going, is that? And they're slabbed. So you know that they're giving the nod of being legit toning, and the color and stuff is so beautiful. Then you looked at the price tag of $1,700 for a Washington quarter simply because of the toning. And I saw people buying from him, so that they're getting the money. What do you think, Rob?
I mean, listen, I love toning, but you got to remember there's two schools of thoughts, right? Bright whites and toners. And for a collection of graded examples, I prefer them blast white, but it'd be nice to have a second set of monster toners too if I could afford it. If I'm going to buy a Mint State Morgan MS65, I can afford the ones probably blast white. I can't afford the toner, so that's why I prefer the blast white ones overall.
At the coin show, Mike had I think it was an MS68 Morgan. That was the most gorgeous thing I'd ever seen, and I've never in my life seen a toner as beautiful as that freaking Morgan.
Yeah, that one he bought off that kid.
I did a short on it. I don't know where it is. Like, one of the YouTube under 1 minute videos.
Mike, my brother.
Yeah, Mike, your brother.
Yeah, he bought a Morgan that was just, that thing was epic.
It was the most insane thing I'd ever seen.
Not to mention MS68.
Right. On top of that, when do you see MS68 on a Morgan?
It was, I should have bought it.
Should have. Does Logic do 5-ounce libs hold value like 1-ounce libs? I think he's talking about Libertads. And the 5-ouncers
better.
Yeah, they all go for a matter of fact, when it comes to Libertads, from 1/10 or 1/20th an ounce all the way up, they're just smashing it out of the park. And if you can get your hands on the proof sets, some of those are just nuts because the mintage, like Seeker mentioned earlier, the mintage on Libertads is held at a lower mark by far than a lot of other coins. And I think they're smart in doing that because lower mintage down the road usually equals more dollars. What were you going to say, Keith?
I wasn't going to say anything. I'm just reading the chat right there in front of me. I did mention the fact that I think 5-ouncers hold their value better than 1-ouncers on the Libertads. I did mention that. I don't know if everybody heard me or not. You know me. Cool. I'm just a guy, just sitting here chilling, having fun.
Well, I'm just a coin guy.
There you go.
MC Silverwolf, we answered you earlier on the jewelry from the garage sales. If you can do it, you can do it.
He had posted that question again before we answered it. You're just now getting to it.
I'm probably super far behind. Actually, yeah, I'm looking at statements from 722 and it's 734.
Right.
Whoa.
Sorry, I just knocked over my water. Go ahead.
SC Car Guy. I love pawn shops for finding gold and silver. Got a 1 gram Geiger silver for $3 and a 2.5 gram Belcambi gold bar for $143 today. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
But you know, I've seen some crazy stuff at pawn shops. Like there's a pawn shop out in Shawnee, and I drove by there and said, "Hey, let me go in there and take a look at it." They had blue Ikes, and they were beat up, and they wanted $94.99 per blue Ike.
What?
Wait,
That's
say it again.
Did you ask him how many? Did you ask him how many he wanted to buy?
I made a joke as I was leaving. I pretty much said that. I go, "Hey, I got a stack of those blue Ikes at home. I'll bring in for you." And he's like, "Huh?" He didn't really know what I was talking about. Hey,
what's up, Angel? I posted both Charlani and Mrs. Coin Crew's links in the chat, by the way.
And I subscribed to
Thank you,
Mrs. Coin Crew, and I'm sorry I didn't even think for a second to double check her content, but now I'm subscribed.
I have 162 videos.
I see that. I saw it. The first one I'm going to check out is the ant encounter, though. Just so you know.
Hey, are any of those videos on how to clean up the dust that Keith leaves behind when he coughs?
I don't think so.
so a big thank you to Sleeves22 for becoming a member of the nest. Thank you. We appreciate the support. Let's see here. We got MC says, when you melt down bullion and make art, was it hard to sell at first?
If you mean hard to sell personally, like I'm getting rid of some of my pieces, yes. But after a while of doing it, you start realizing I can't hold on to all that silver and all that work. I gotta do something with it. So yeah, it was hard at first. But if you mean it was hard because it was ugly, yeah, the ugly ones I just remelted.
That's a good one. Let's see here. Frank P. got a letter in the mail. Third-party company is doing a study for the U.S. Mint. Looks like a focus group study trying to find out what everybody likes or wants. Well, that's kind of cool. Hopefully they get in the right hands, and make some changes. And because if it got in my hands, they'd hear a whole lot of stuff that they don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Prices are high. That's what they'd hear from me.
Yeah. Let's see here. This one's for Coin Crew. If you used a Merc, then the candy bar would have cost you only a dime.
Yeah.
I LOL'd that, and I said I would have lost money. I answered that in the chat.
So Selected Silver Sire and Brian Channon both say that if you buy over $1,000 in Maryland, you don't have to pay the taxes, which that's another state that does that.
Yeah, I just can't. That's just not fair. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you don't make enough money to invest without us taking some of your money.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's
kind of a shame.
It's kind of like that old saying they say, if the penalty for a crime is a fine, then it's only a penalty for the poor.
Yep.
All the taxes, a lot of the taxes were put on right after the Depression, and they were supposed to be a temporary, but the government, once they start taking your money, they just keep figuring out new ways to take more.
So, yeah. Eventually they're going to tax. I mean.
Oh, I thought they did that already.
Not directly. It's indirectly. Soon it will be a direct tax of tax. You get an income tax refund, they will tax it.
Not to pick on a restaurant, but there's a restaurant close to my shop. I'm not going to say how close. They have the sales tax, and then they have an inflation tax. They have recently added an inflation tax to the price of their food. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, so that's not actually a tax. That's an inflation. That's them trying to recoup the loss that they have from inflation going nuts.
You know what that really is, Keith? That's we don't want to invest in new menus with new prices.
No, they keep changing their prices, and then they have an inflation tax on top of the higher price.
Yes, they should just change their menu to include it, because now it looks like you're taxing the taxes, and that's bad business.
Yeah, that's shady. As a matter of fact, that reminds me of that guy at the coin show, Rob.
I know.
Oh, wait, I want to make it.
That guy was awesome. He's like the price on the price on the coin is what I bought it for, basically. So after you got your 5 or 6 coins, he would say, I'll just make another $5 profit on you.
Oh, actually, that's a thing at coin shows.
I know it's a thing. It's funny though.
It is funny. I've done that before, because I'll write the price down. I'll circle the price so I know that's what I actually paid if I don't have time to repackage the product.
Yeah.
You know
that's
what
it was.
It's funny though.
I
But
don't mind.
it's funny that he'll take $400 from you and say he's only making 12, and it's like, well, yeah, but if you've been sitting on that Washington quarter for 5 years, you've already lost that money. It's not. Why don't we just come to an agreement?
Yeah.
So,
Well, the coin I bought, Rob, was that gorgeous Oregon Trail.
yeah,
I had my guy that used to work for NGC look at it. He told me it's a solid 65, maybe a 66.
Raven, we knew right away that was a steal of the show, because
yeah,
AU ones at best were selling for 2 and 3 times what you paid for that one.
yep.
And we saw 6 or 7 XF to AU ones selling for 2 or 3 times what that one was. Then when we saw it unslabbed, we're like, that is a ridiculous price for that one.
Yeah, I got super lucky.
Super.
Maria loves silver. Coin Crew, I bought a silver ring that's marked 925, gold rimmed, has diamonds. I paid only 50 cents for it. Where is the best place to check to see if the diamonds are real?
Just about any coin shop has diamond testers.
Yep.
Jewelers may not do it for you, but coin shops will for free.
That's very true. Sea Griller Stacker. The other great thing about Nevada is you can find many Morgan dollars you're looking for, especially the CCs. That's a good thing. But I wonder, what's the prices? They're still going to be up there, right? Let's see here. Trying to find.
You guys might not know this. I actually lived in Carson City for about 2 years when I was a kid.
Talking about the Carson cities, a lot of people talk about the GSA Carson cities, right? The GSAs that are not Carson cities are actually, most of them are more expensive as they get higher in grade.
They're very nice. Matter of
fact,
people
don't know that there are New Orleans, Philadelphia, and San Francisco.
Flying Dutchman just made a video on one that he got from me. I had some non-Carson City GSAs, and he made a video covering the same exact topic. And it's interesting because a lot of people, like you said, they just assume that, it's only the CCs, which is kind of a bummer. You got to get out there and know what's out there for you.
Aren't there some GSA soft packs that also aren't CCs?
Oh, yeah. And those GSA soft packs go for some good coin. You don't see them as much.
You see the peace dollars in the soft pack more often.
I forgot. You guys, I'm sorry. You just reminded me. Look what I picked up last week. I freaking forgot a GSA soft pack.
Look at this guy.
78. Let's go.
I've got one of those.
I forgot that I picked that up. I've had it just sitting to the side of me. But yeah, 1878 CC with the VAM 11 top 100 soft pack NGC 63.
That's gorgeous.
I better check my safe because that's exactly what I have.
That's probably the same serial number.
Don't check your safe.
I have a VAM 11. That's the one where it has the spikes going through the.
Yeah, the spikes by the eagles on the wings. Yeah.
I haven't found a definitive price on it, but I'm guessing it's quite a bit more than what they're showing in them sheets.
It's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Seeing what Rob pulled out reminds me, I got a GSA 1878 the other day. I was standing there while the girl bought it from somebody. She lowballed him, and I didn't, I don't remember prices offhand, but she paid $295. And I was standing there and I said, "Hey, what will you sell me that for?" And she goes, $350. Thank you. Walked right out, got in my car, looked it up, and went, "Ah."
Hey, Rob, I got proof on that too. So if you go to my channel, I did a video on that. So if them serial numbers match, that means you took it.
It won't match, brother. So, but yeah, no, but that's funny though, because I forgot I got this. I was buying the junk silver quarters I bought, and he happened to have that there too. And I was like, you got to get me a deal. I would love it. And after not giving me a deal, I left. I got about 20 minutes away, and he calls me, and he goes, "All right, I'll take your price." So I got it, and I just haven't. I was going to do a video on it. I put it to the side, and I freaking forgot about it. I literally forgot about it until right now.
I do that all the time.
Sandy H says she agrees with Rob. Lots of coin dealers want the blast white coins. That makes sense. Let's see here. M4. I toned a coin for a person, and they know I toned it. They sent it PCGS, and it got graded as legit.
What?
Yeah, come on.
Wow.
See, and if that's here's the thing, if that's actually true story, which I'm not saying any different about, but But that's the thing that pisses me off because Rob has a beautiful Indian head. I've got a stack of gorgeous Indian heads that were all more monster tone that came back questionable, and now you're saying you know that you personally made this coin, they sent it to PCGS and it got graded as legit.
Dude.
You know what I would do, Raven? I would, if I was M4A2 master, I would do exactly what I did to that coin, record the pre, showing me tone it, send it, and have it come back. And if it got a legit grade, I would expose. You say no?
No. Do you ever read the fine print when you sign those submission forms?
Oh, that's right. My bad.
Yeah, they will sue your pants off.
Yeah. My
Yeah,
bad.
you can't willingly send in bad stuff.
You can't willingly send in.
You can't knowingly send in clean coins.
Yeah. My bad.
The problem with you guys, Rob and Raven, I'm gonna say, you got a problem. Is they're Indian heads, they're not Morgans, and that's why they didn't grade them. They'll give funny colored Morgans a grade a lot quicker than they will any other toned Morgans.
Right.
A lot quicker than they will an Indian head. I've seen so many questionable colors come back on Indian heads from them. They're hard on Indian color.
They're absolutely ridiculous on Indian head, and it drives me crazy.
Not
put together a mint state set, and it's going to take the rest of my life unless I buy it already graded.
I mean, not the one I have. That one was fine,
that red penny.
Just got it back today.
So Brian Channon says, for somebody trying to assess their grading skills, is it worth sending a dozen coins off to Annex instead of OCGS? I think he meant PCGS.
You did.
It is because it's a lot less money to send it to Annex and Annex. But here's the thing. Annex coins, if you try to cross grade them to PCGS or NGC, they always get nicked unless they're a error coin and they're, they get a little bit more respect. But most of the time, and these guys here can tell you the same thing. What do you think, Rob?
I wouldn't see the way his question is written is he's trying to save a few bucks while he's learning how to grade. I would buy coins of similar designs in their grades, in their already capsules, and use them as a comparison. That way I know they have photo grade on PCGS, which is helpful, but different toning, different coloring, different the way the coins look. There's so many, and there's other factors. Just because it has a full wheat back on yours and it doesn't have it on the one online doesn't mean yours is better, for example. So there's a lot of factors. Personally, I would consider buying a couple of coins in AU or MS and just getting familiar with what they're looking at and what are the telltale signs if you're going to do it. Probably cheaper to buy some than to pay a whole bunch of submissions, even to Annex, and to still lose money that way as well. That's how I feel.
I kind of agree with you. I think it's better to hold a coin that's already graded and have it in your hand versus the photo grades. Like you said, it's good, but it's just not the same.
It'll get you in the ballpark. Like you'll probably be able to know it's probably VF or XF maybe. You won't know if it's XF45, XF40, or VF35. I mean, sometimes they're so hard to tell. So
yeah,
sometimes that one grade is the whole reason you're submitting it. So in hand to me is the best useful tool, although getting to know PCGS's photo grade will help a lot in the beginning for sure.
Cool. JD Sharp went into the bank the other day to ask for rolls of Has. The teller wanted to charge me a per roll fee. Didn't go for that, but isn't that illegal? No, it's not illegal.
Nope.
And Seeker, tell people what you used to pay on your boxes when you were getting them in bulk.
$2 per box, and then I also had to pay $5 to return them. So
$7.
$7 per box. Yeah. It's not illegal, and something to keep in mind is the banks actually pay fees to get those coins in, and they do it as a service for free for their regular business customers, but their regular business customers aren't coming in and getting 10 boxes of $50 a week either.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to pay that $5 boxing fee per box of coins plus whatever their weekly, whatever their monthly agreement charge is with Garda or Loomis or Brinks. They still have to pay a monthly fee. But normally it's $99 per retail location.
Now, those road companies like Garda and Brinks and all of them, they can't even buy the coins from the mint for face value. They have to pay a premium, and then they get them. And those costs do get passed along, and it's not along, and it's not illegal to pass the cost along.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I've pointed out when I used to do a lot of coin roll hunting, and I haven't done in quite a while because of the situation of that. And I tried to explain to people that if you don't have an existing business account at a bank, and even at a business account, you're paying a certain fee to be able to have access to those coins. And if a bank says, you know, I walk in as Joe Blow off the street and I hand them $25 and they hand me a box of pennies, they're doing me a favor by giving me that box of pennies at face value. You know, it's amazing how a lot of people think that, well, you know, it should be $25. It is what it is. Well, there's all the wrappers, there's the packaging, there's the employees, there's the shipping. There's a lot of stuff that goes into getting that $25 box or $100 box or $500 box to the institution that you do banking with. I had to throw this one up here. Raven has a sneaky superpower of finding good deals. I need to do more coin shows with him.
You know, I just had a thought. You know how coin dealers will, like, you can take your coins into a coin dealer and have them submit them for you?
Yep.
You're not signing anything when you give it to the coin dealer to send off, and the coin dealer doesn't know that the coin's cleaned. Loophole?
True.
Loophole?
Yeah, loophole. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Huh?
I don't think it is a loophole because the coin dealer is filling out paperwork.
Right, but
Give it
you're
up.
not.
The coin dealer doesn't know.
Yeah, you don't tell the coin dealer it's clean. So the fine print on the PCGS submission form says you can't knowingly submit a clean coin, but you don't know. A customer brought it in, you looked at it, thought it was fine, you sent it to them. So the customer didn't sign.
The customer's not signing. I see where you're going.
And the coin dealer didn't know, so the coin dealer also did nothing wrong. He didn't knowingly submit it.
Correct. Yeah, filming it and doing it and
basically,
showing that you did it,
M4.
that would be complete admission of guilt.
Right.
So basically, we're telling M4 not to send his coins to me for submission.
Yeah, but you get my point, though. Like, the coin dealer didn't know, so he did nothing wrong, and the person submitting didn't sign anything, so... you know.
The thing is, I think the point that's being missed is PCGS is such a large company, they would figure a way to go after the customer. I mean, there's going to be some loophole.
But that would be hard. That'd be hard pressed to prove, though. You know, the guy has to say, I willingly did it. You know?
I agree, but let me be honest with you. I wouldn't try it because the thing I always tell people, they always give me flack for, because whenever I do these coin shop calls, even though I only do one party consent states, which means it's legal for me to record them without their knowledge, I still mask their voice. I still bleep out the name of the shop. I don't tell people what states I'm calling because I don't want to expose these guys, because at the end of the day, even if the lawsuit is frivolous, you still have to spend time and money to defend it. And I am not interested in that. You see what I'm saying?
Your time is more valuable than anything.
Right. So I have no interest in, even if I know I would win it 100%, still have to spend time, still have to spend money to get a lawyer. Not interested. Not interested. So that's why, yeah. Anyway.
M4 just made a comment. He says, how about every coin made has been cleaned after annealing right before packaging? I don't know. Have they?
They have to wash off the...
Do they wash them before they stamp them or after? So, yeah. Most coins have been cleaned, but they're talking about the aftermarket type cleaning is what they're looking for.
Gotcha.
Very cool.
Just saying.
Sandy H says it's not a loophole. You can still be held liable based off of intent. The true question is, would they bother going after a person? It depends on the person. Like, if I put a channel on my video of it and it gets 50,000 views, that could do significant damage and make them want to go after me and sue me for they could claim all sorts of lost revenue.
Yeah.
Fireside Coins. Is it possible to remove tone from an Indian head penny? I know you can do it on silver coins through conservation stuff, and that's a conversation going on in here. I'm not 100% sure about it. I would think you could with copper.
Very difficult.
We're not planning on grading it ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah, drop that thing into silver cleaner. I guarantee you the tone goes away, as does the color.
You can also use MS70 on it. It'll look a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to do. There are copper specialists out there that can remove or add toning to copper, but it's a very difficult process. most of those guys will not share their secret.
I like what Sandy said. She goes, maybe if Silver Seeker did. I agree. We may be overflitting your egos, though.
So Sammy Farr says, which is better for conservation, NGC or PCGS? Seeker, if I'm wrong, I know you'll let me know, but didn't we have a conversation before that when you use the conservation thing and they grade your coin, it is now called a cleaned coin?
I sent some coins off to NGC to their conservation, and they all came back cleaned after they cleaned them. And I know for a fact that a couple of them were not cleaned; they were just really dirty and dingy.
I have a story about that.
But Seeker, you can actually with NGC for their request when you request conservation and then grading, even though they don't guarantee you'll get it graded in the holder, of course. You can actually decline if don't they reach out to you and let you know that it's been conserved and they don't think it'll get a grade and you can decline having it in a holder?
Possibly. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I think you can actually submit that after conservation, if it's not going to get a straight grade, not have it put in a holder. And then you're only paying the conservation fee, whatever that is, $12 or whatever that number is.
Keith has a story. Go ahead.
I sent an 1885 nickel into PCDS and to get graded. And at the same time, I requested conservation because it had spotted toning. They conserved it. It got a 64 grade. I kept it for a little bit, and then it started streaking. I'm like, what good did the conservation do? I mean, there's no guarantee that it's going to stay conserved.
Right.
Yeah, the one thing I think, if anything, if you're going to get coins conserved, I would use NGC over PCGS. They've been doing it longer. Yeah. The second thing is the copper people, from people I know who have worked at or deal with NGC, their copper restores are much better. And we're talking mostly about half cents and large cents. They can't get rid of corrosion, but they can make the coin, as long as it's not corroded, they can conserve the copper to make it get a straight grade if it would look questionable otherwise.
Yeah. I wasn't pleased.
Yeah.
I bet.
Sergeant T says, not to beat a dead horse, but I have 9 slab coins, MS 69 and 70, that have milk spotted. Very frustrating.
Are they all from Canada?
Or from 2015 US in a PCDS holder. That happened to me on 15s.
Dude, I bought a full slab box of those Canadian Olympics coins, like the hockey and whatnot. Yeah. I got them so cheap because every one of them were milk spotted in the holder. Wow. I got them for basically bullion price. The slab literally didn't matter, but I'm like, you know what? That's fine. I'll take them. So that's why I said, are they Canadian?
That's funny. That is funny. Let's see here.
Can you guys bring? Oh wait! I saw what fire.
I'm reading that comment.
Can we bring back the nickel hunt?
I mean, I'd be down for it if the boys were, but I know getting boxes and doing that kind of thing for them is not as fun as it is for me. Maybe for Raven a little bit, but not as much.
I haven't tried to get nickels in a while. The last nickel box I had was from 2 years ago, and I just found out today that they were all 2020s.
I got 8 boxes of nickels. I don't know what to do with them. They're just sitting there on the floor. Why you want one?
They don't have to be sitting on the floor forever. You can always reach out.
I offered one to you, and you go, no, Seeker's sending me one.
Oh, no, I'll take your boxes and shipping fees if I have to.
Seeker did send him one. They were all 2020s.
Like, hey, I got a box that's 2 years old. You want it? I'm like, yeah. And then I get it today, and it's all uncirculated when I open it up. I'm like, come on, Seeker.
SC Car Guy, why does cleaning coins even matter? Dirt is dirt. I understand not restoring a coin, but a simple cleaning. Well, simple cleaning will take off the luster on a coin, for one. And that's something that's very key in determining a high-end coin. It's been since I was taught as a little boy, you do not clean coins no matter what, because you ruin the value.
If I can touch on that a little bit.
No.
Okay.
No touching anything. Go, man.
My hands are back here.
Go ahead.
But seriously, the reason why it matters about cleaning a coin is a lot of people that clean them, they don't clean them or restore them properly, and they put micro abrasions on the coin that you can't see with your naked eye. And that's why anybody will tell you, if you want a coin cleaned or conserved, as it's called among the grainy companies, have a professional do it.
All right, we're gonna have one last question because, like always, the time has flown by and it's already 8 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah, can you believe that?
You gotta get a better chair.
Forrest says, if I buy a bag of Constitutional, say $100 face value at an online dealer like APMEX, what are the chances that the coins are searched? I like, I'm sure what Rob is probably would say, I would rather buy it from a local coin shop or somebody that's, just has a bunch of bulk, Constitutional, because there's chances that the dealer, I've seen dealers buy a bunch, turn around and sell it to somebody else. They didn't look at it.
If I was going to buy a bag like that, I would buy it from a silver dealer or a coin shop. And typically, they're just going to turn and burn. They're not going to go through a big bag of Washington quarters looking for a 32 DRS because it's probably not there. That being said, I will tell you, I know of 3 people in the history of dealing with emails that have bought in rolls of Merc dimes at APMEX, and all 3 of them have found the 21s.
I don't think it matters a whole lot whether you buy it. And you notice I say not a whole lot. It may matter if they have the time to search it. But APMEX buys these big bags, and sometimes they don't open them, and they just weigh them and then resell them.
Correct.
It's like you're talking with a smaller dealer at a coin shop. But the thing about APMEX is you want to buy the bigger the bag, the more likely it is not to be searched.
Yeah.
Hey, Raven, can we get one more here? Robert Worley's
Sure.
been asking for a while to get an opinion on this coin that he submitted that I have on the screen here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we full screen, Seeker?
Yeah, can you full screen me? So
Yeah.
he said he sent it off. I think he said for conservation.
Wrong picture.
Oops.
Sorry,
Seeker. How do I get you to full screen?
It's down there. There's a button near me, near my picture on the bottom.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There we go.
He said that he sent this off for conservation and it came back with environmental damage, so he just wanted some opinion on it. He's been asking for a while, so I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Looks like there's some corrosion behind the right wheats and behind the jacket.
Mhm.
Right. That's what I noticed. And right here in Liberty as well. So I do see it. So Robert, I think he said he paid for conservation on it or something like that. I don't think if it's actually, with corrosion, you can't really conserve that. You can't fix that.
That's probably looks way worse than that, and that's probably what they did to make it look decent.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got corrosion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to do. He'd been asking for a while, and I felt bad that we hadn't got to it. So.
Oh, no problem. I was so far behind on a lot of this stuff, like literally 15 minutes. And I started reading people's comments. I'm like, wait a minute, we talked about, I'm literally 15 minutes behind.
Right.
Yeah, we had mentioned that earlier about the conservation. There's nothing they can do if it has environmental damage.
He says it looks unchanged in hand, so he thinks they didn't even do anything to it.
Well, that's the thing. If you write on the submission form what you want done, whether they do anything or not, they're still going to charge you for it. Sure. And I think that's bogus. And that's why they started putting cleaned coins in capsules. They had too many people griping about it.
And by the way, that 14D had great details.
You grade your coin because it's been cleaned. Now they put cleaned XF details and stuff. But we used to get body bags, 10, 20 years ago.
Yep.
Cleaned. Came back in a body bag as if it was counterfeit. Because they won't put a counterfeit in a holder.
Right. Cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. All right. So let's go with our closing thoughts. Since you're up top, Keith, what you got to say?
Thanks for having me, guys. Truly humbled. Can I throw a plug in here real quick? Is that something I can do? Anyway, tomorrow night I'll be on Shop Talk with Mike Kittle from YouTube. So, yeah, guys, thank you. I'm humbled.
Yeah, Michael Kittle's a good guy. Seeker, what you got to say?
I wanted to throw a plug in really quick. Tomorrow night, Keith's going to be on with Michael.
on the Coin Crew channel.
No, I just, as always, guys, it's always a pleasure to do this and hang out with everyone in the chat. Raven, thank you for being a fantastic host and giving everyone some time to talk. Whenever I host these, I hardly ever do that. I know that I always like dominate the conversation when I'm in charge, like not in charge, but I'm the host. So Raven, you're a better host than me is what I'm trying to say. Thank you for everything. And thanks for hanging out with these guys. And where are we back in 2 weeks? Hopefully, maybe 3 weeks, depending on what the schedule looks like on Rob's, right? Or is it me?
After me is...
I think it's you, Seeker.
Oh, well, then me in 2 or 3 weeks. We'll see how it goes.
I think. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it's you.
I believe Seeker's next in line.
Yeah, I think so. Rob, closing thoughts, my friend?
Can I do a plug?
Of course.
Keith will be on tomorrow night on Shop Talk with Michael No, it's a quick plug, and it doesn't. It's kind of for myself, but I did spend several hours today rolling up wheat cent rolls by large request on my channel. They're on my website if you care. So
nice.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I was going to do a community tab post, but I didn't want to have back-to-back community tab posts on top of this coin talk.
I feel you. So, all right, now it's my turn. I got a plug for myself. Keith on Coin Crew is going to be over at Michael Kittle Rare Coins tomorrow night. You know, don't miss it.
No, Mike Kittle's going to be over with our channel.
He's going to be over at Michael Kittle's. Don't miss it. Fireside Coins, you're welcome, brother. Love you back. These always go really fast, everybody, and I always have a lot of fun. These guys, we get along really well. We bust each other's chops quite a bit. If you got to see our before stream conversations, it's usually quite comical. Other than that, we'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Like always, please make sure to take care of one another, and we'll see you real soon.
Bye,
Raven
everyone.
Hot Coins. Have a great day.
Live long and prosper.